Today, I'm gonna try this training aid that Scottie Scheffler loves, and I'm gonna practice like Scottie just for a little bit. So this here is a snap-on grip trainer. You can find them online. I'm sure Amazon has them. I got this one from Dick's Sporting Goods, and it's super simple. And we're gonna see how it works, what I think, maybe kind of rate it 1 through 10 and talk about what I thought about this super simple training aid right here. If it's good enough for Scottie, it's good enough for me. In a video that I watched recently with Chris Como, Scottie actually shows how he uses the grip club, right? He's somebody that he says he started out with a weird grip, and they just kind of go through all of the basics of his grip. And I'm somebody who has a kind of a weird grip myself. It's taken a lot of work to get into a good spot, but it's still very strong. And I think it would be beneficial for me to practice what a neutral position feels like for my hands, so that when I do tend to get a little stronger, whether it's through a round or through a season, I have a good baseline to go back to. We're gonna set this. We want the arrow to go right down the midline of my grip, which happens to line up with the logo. And we're just gonna press it. You kind of gotta give it a little extra to get it on there. And if you notice, this tends to just kind of fall off to the side, so just kind of pull it and adjust it as needed. You want to position it so your fingers line up on the back of the grip, and then go ahead and wrap your thumb across the top, just like that. You'll see that it really just nestles in there, right on that groove that we had talked about before. And your first finger, I mean, we're not gonna leave it out like that, but just so you can see that first finger, it really does create a nice V with this training aid position. So I'm gonna place that finger behind, and then we're gonna take our trail hand and we're gonna put that on next. All right, so now that we've got this snapped onto our club and we know how to set our hands properly with it, I'm just gonna kind of give it a few waggles and practice swings. My initial thoughts as I'm just kind of clipping the grass here are that it's really easy to use. I mean, it's just so simple. You put your hands on and you really, you cannot put your hands in an incorrect position. My second thought, just right off the jump, is that anyone can use this, right? If you are an interlocker like myself, if you're an overlapper, or if you're a 10-finger grip, right? If you swing it baseball style, you can use this device and it's not going to impede your normal swing. It may, feel new, for me, this feels like a new position for my hands to be in. I'm used to being a little stronger with my grip, but it doesn't feel bad. This piece that has a tendency to kind of slide, for me, off to the right, that might have to be readjusted. We may have to just shift it slightly to the left as I'm hitting balls, but that's totally fine. It's an easy fix to make, and especially for a perfect grip every time, to be able to hit with a perfect grip. The club face felt like it stayed square the whole time. I don't know if you can tell, but it was relatively in the center of the club face, which is exactly what you want. Hit for a few minutes and get that feeling of just having the proper grip, having your hands set correctly, and then you can take it off and just practice normally. And that repetition of putting your hands on the club properly over and over is gonna help you develop a perfect grip so you can hit better shots every time. So, final thoughts on this device. I love it. I think it's great. I can see why Scottie really enjoys using it. It's easy to use, very straightforward, simple design. I mean, look how portable that is. You can just toss that right into your golf bag. But what I would say the number one reason that I love this device is because it's super affordable. It makes practicing with really good intention and proper technique so accessible to anyone who wants to learn it. So if you want to practice like Scottie Scheffler, if you want to practice with a really good grip, I think this is an investment for your game, and it's not a bad one at all. I mean, $12 and you can have the perfect grip. So try it out. Let me know what you think. Practice like Scottie.